So I am Jake Whitney. I am the Regional Sales Manager at Fortress Power. Been with the company for close to 2.5 years now. Now, before Fortress Power, I actually sold solar for 2.5 years. I did the door knocking game, I did the marketing, I did the financing, and did a few installs here and there. So I have experience within the industry, so I hope that what I am able to share with you helps and gives some insight on how we can hopefully adapt into the ever-changing market of 2026. Before we get into that, we are going to briefly discuss us, Fortress Power, as a company. So the company was founded in the year of 2016. We started out with just manufacturing lithium batteries for the residential sector, starting from 5.4 and an 18.5. Now, ever since that date, and if we fast forward to today of 2026, we now offer a full end solution from system sizing and system suggesting to product portfolio of a residential off-grid inverters that include hybrid inverters, in which we manufacture ourselves as well with our own batteries. And we also offer commercial battery systems too. And now to that aspect, when it comes to the commercial, we also do offer system sizing for that. We do also create our own return on investment analysis to help you work with your clients to see how they can make savings with their commercial and residential projects. Now, our company, we are based and headquartered in Pennsylvania. We have other locations of our teams that are based in Pennsylvania, California, Utah, Mexico, Puerto Rico. We do have our own US-based technical support, which I think we have the most phenomenal tech support team. Now, why installers go with Fortress Power? One is that we actually have a pretty strong track record of reliable products that not only function, but also accomplish the end goal that you as the installer want to do with your clients. I do believe we are very installer friendly for our systems, and being that we are a retrofit, I would say friendly system too. We work extremely well with any kind of business model that you as the installer wish to do. And we can scale to apply for any kind of project. Now, scalability, I mean, we can do anything as small as a 5.4 to over 5 megawatt hours. So we can do anything from a small resi off-grid cabin system in the woods to we have projects that are actually being used for airports, for processing facilities. So we are used on many, many projects, giving us a massive portfolio. Again, our tech support. I believe that we do have an exceptional tech support team. We are based in the US, and we do have tech support based in other countries as well. We do service 7 days a week. When it comes to the weekend, we also can support that as well. Our tech support team comes from a very strong and proven engineering background, and or they come from an installation experience, which helps us provide a better technical, I would say, experience. Now, when it comes to the pricing, we are very competitively priced in this industry, and 2026 is honestly going to be the year of, it's going to be a price sensitive market. Homeowners are going to care about the dollar value because the ITC is gone. But here at Fortress Power, we are very conscious of the market, of homeowner sensitivity to pricing, and making sure that everybody can stay in business, and not just stay in business, but also grow and profit in their business when they sell and install Fortress Power. And that comes with our reputation. So when it comes to the storage system portfolio, again, I already covered this. So we do residential systems, we can do commercial and industrial systems. We are also on multiple energy broker programs, so VPP programs, and we are definitely expanding into more of this year, and I will touch upon that shortly. Now, One thing I'm going just to address and talk about right off the bat is one of the main things that was posted on this webinar is how to sell storage. How do we navigate offering storage products in 2026? This is just coming from my experience and from the research that I have done in over 15 states that I oversee, and just suggestions. So in 2025 and the years before, as we know, solar very much thrived because we had a very strong tax credit incentive to pitch to homeowners. Now, that is gone. That has ended as of the beginning of this year. So 30% of the ITC is gone. And that does impact you as the installers. That does impact the homeowner and their decision to go with solar if they are strongly looking for, let's say, independency from the grid, but wanting to spend the money on something that's more beneficial to them. So how do we navigate that? How do you as the installer navigate that? How do you ensure that you not just stay in business, but thrive in this year? So this is just my thoughts. Solar started up and existed well before tax incentives even existed. It wasn't even necessary. When it came into the market years ago, it was basically an added bonus to the homeowners and to everybody involved. And now it's gone. So I believe that for people who were just doing the door knocking, hoping for a quick pitch, a quick sale, strong commissions to come, I think that is going to go away. And I'm actually quite positive about that because solar needs to have the best reputation to continue to thrive. So I think that the strong installers and strong companies that truly can thrive and pitch and sell on the long-term benefit of solar will be the ones to truly thrive. So how do we accomplish that? So one is, how did you pitch solar for the past years? Was it just bill swapping, or was the sales team able to pitch on grid resiliency, having backup power when the grid goes down, and then investing into their own power station? Or was it just a bill swap pitch? I think that's where the first mindset needs to happen is, how do you convince the homeowner that solar storage truly is the best solution when it comes down to being on a power company and that their rates are doing nothing but increasing? Historically speaking, for, I don't know, the last 6-8 years, can we confidently say that power companies ever actually lowered their cost of electricity and it kept on coming down? Absolutely not. It's been actually the opposite. It's been increasing. There are multiple states in the country where rates increase by 8%, 10%, and there's proposals right now where multiple utility companies across the country want to increase it by 20%. Why are they asking to do this? Well, I think we all know the answer is the demand for electricity is skyrocketing. There are more data centers being developed in multiple states. That's one suggestion I would give, is look into your state and or states that you install and service. What is their electrical demand going to be looking like at the end of this year, next year, and the years to come? If there are more data centers being developed, if there are more manufacturing facilities being created, if there is a high adoption of EV vehicles in your state from last year and happening this year, that is doing one primary thing, and that is driving the demand for more electricity from the power company. And these power companies, most of them are old, outdated. They don't do, new repairs. It's basically just fixing something but duct taping a couple zip ties. So the best thing the homeowner can do for themselves is to prepare for those to come. And that's why they're increasing the rates, is because a lot of their power has to go to these bigger centers. I would say the next aspect to this is the confidence that you have in selling with grid resiliency and energy independence. Is that a focus point in your selling? That's something to pretty much hone on. Have you shown customers the data showing how many grid outages happened in the last couple of years? This is one tactic that I've seen actually multiple companies sell across the states is that they'll pull up their utility companies, and a lot of them will have access to how many grid outages that they had in 2025, 2024, and it'll show the increase. Any kind of more information or data that you can show to the homeowner that this is a realistic thing, this is actually happening, and it is impacting you, it's going to impact you heavier in the year to come, will help them feel more convinced that it is the best solution to go with, which is storage. And then again, tying into that is highlighting the historical trend of rising electricity prices. That is public information that's easy to show to homeowners is, yes, this is your bill, or this was your bill for the past 2 years or for just last year. But have you noticed a trend that your cost of your electricity bill has done nothing but slowly increase over time? Of course it has. And why has that? Because rates have increased, but sometimes they don't make the most massive public announcements that rates are increasing until you look at your electricity bill. So you have it helping the homeowner have a true realization that this is happening just very quietly will have them have probably a more stronger impact in making their decision to go with the storage. And again, I already talked about addressing the new data centers. That is, it may sound like an easy pitch or like something not as truthful, but I would challenge everybody listening here is definitely research the market in the state that you in. Research what is being built, what are the rates, and when are they increasing, and why are they increasing so much is because they all have an association with each other. And then lastly, can you think creatively while staying realistic about why storage makes sense today? It's not about pitching on a hope and a dream knowing that that's not going to happen. It's painting realistic expectations. People who buy storage like to see the reality of their current situation. So these may not be perfect answers for everybody, and it may not be the most perfect solution for storage, but it's the current ones that in my research can truly help thrive with the selling of energy systems and solar in the 2026 year. And then the last suggestion I would have is, out of all the things that makes, solar gather up a cost, it's not just the equipment or labor or logistics, it's customer acquisition. So if you are able to dial in your customer acquisition to be able to offer bids and quotes, I think that's going to be the solution to thriving this year, is not just looking for homeowners who just are looking for solar. Look for the people who have just solar panels on the roof and offer a service. There are over thousands and thousands of homeowners in every state of the country who got installed with just solar panels. Solar company got the money and they left. But a lot of financing companies confirm that sometimes these systems haven't even gotten permission to operate. They're not even energized, and the homeowner doesn't know about it. Or a lot of homeowners have solar and they don't even know if it's working correctly. So market and or offer a solar servicing, I would say, platform. And just you can charge either $100 or $200 or offer it for free. And if it's just solar, diagnose it. If all is working well, perfect. But you are in the face of the homeowner at that point, and then you can make the case and pitch for storage. And that's another great opportunity to sell storage in 2026 is, how do you get in the face of the homeowner? How do you get the customer acquisition dialed in? It's thinking out of the box and getting creative and networking with other contractors in our industry. So those are just a few pointers that I would suggest there. Again, I'm not perfect at these ideas. No, I'm not a current installer, so I'm not in your shoes. I have more of just like I research every state and I can offer the best that I can. I hope that that has helped anybody in this webinar today. If anybody wants more of a one-on-one discussion of their specific state and want some more input or just thoughts on what I see, or our current regional sales managers who are absolutely fantastic at their job, you can simply reach out to us. Now, the reason why Fortress Power is actually a really great partner when it comes to the 2026 year and being able to dial in a more broader portfolio of offering new systems or hybrid systems or add-on systems is we have systems that can do it. So we make our own inverters that range anywhere from a 6.5 kilowatt inverter that can just do off-grid. And then we have bigger inverters from an NV 8 kilowatt, 12 or 21 kilowatt inverter. And not only do we make our own inverters and our own software, but we make our own batteries. So we can range anywhere from a 5.4 battery or something called the E-Force, where you can scale it from a 9.6 to a 19.2, 28.8, or another one, which is our eBoost 16. I think this year, ensuring that you're partnered with a company that makes a whole end solution of inverter and battery is going to be the best pairing, because you just deal with one company, one software, one tech support, one commissioning process. If you can accomplish all that with just one manufacturer, I would say ease and peace of mind is going to be better, because you know you're only working with one location that can take care of everything rather than going to multiple spots. So some of the highlights of the products that I think will help accomplish this for everybody here this year. One is the E-Force battery. So the E-Force battery, you can scale it vertically, you can go horizontally, is a great option. When this battery specifically is paired with our own inverter, it can increase the warranty from 10 years, which is our standard warranty here at Fortress Power, and you can scale it to 15 years with this system. The promotion we are running with this too is that anytime you buy our inverter with the E-Force, the Guardian, which offers extra monitoring of the battery for temperature and voltage, comes for free and can increase the warranty from 10 to 15 years. Now, broken down, this is exactly what the system looks like. You have the E-Way, you have the E-Force battery, which is a 9.6, and then you have the bottom, which is the base. And you don't even have to string wiring to each of these. They actually simply plug into each other. So that eliminates the time to install a battery system. Because as we know, if you have some batteries, you have to string the positive and negative wiring from battery to battery, and then sometimes put in a cabinet. That can take a couple hours of time, where this could take less than 45 minutes. So therefore, you're actually making more of a profit with cutting down the amount of time that it takes to install a system. And then inside the E-Way, we created another feature where it acts like a wire gutter or trench, where you can put the conduit inside of it. So you have the punch outs on the left and the right side and on top. This comes with a built-in 750 amp bus bars. That way you can parallel multiple units. And on top of that, speaking of ease of installation, on our inverters, there is a bottom plate on the NV 21, 12, and 8 that can pop off. On top of our E-Way has a plate too that can pop off. This will allow the inverter and the battery to actually sit seamlessly on top of each other. And that way you can drag the wiring, the conduit wiring, and communication cable directly from inverter to battery. And that way you can put all the conduit in one place. Because I know everybody here who installs systems, conduit can come from any freaking spot on a house. Conduit can come from any critical loads, from a main panel, from the meter, from any spot of the house. And so sometimes on projects, you have to buy that extra wire trench or gutter to put all the conduit in. So our E-Way acts as that, and you can just put it all into one central location. Next, the most common battery lately that we've been seeing installed for not just residential, but for small commercial applications is called our eBoost. Now, the eBoost is a 16 kilowatt battery by default. It already comes to you assembled for the battery. It has wheels built on the bottom, so you can actually easily wheel it into the location, because I'll be honest, it's got some weight to it, about 310, but it can be floor mounted and then wall mounted as well. But you can scale this system easily to parallel it if you want to do more. Now, A little bit more about the eBoost battery system. Very similar to design to the eForce, just built on a bigger one. So you have the E-Way on top. So that comes in a separate box, and you just simply plug it on top of the battery. It acts like an Anderson connector, so it just plugs right into each other, so you don't even have to string the wiring from the battery to it. And it has the knockouts on the left side, the right side, the back, and on top, because again, conduit can come from any direction. So this makes the ease of installation quite simple. And then here's the battery. So an incredibly strong BMS, 12 kilowatt charge and discharge rate. So that does do a 1-for-1 pairing with the NV Duo 21 inverter. And then the battery, which is again high C rating capacity cells. And you can actually scale this battery system to 256 kilowatt hours. Now, be impressed if a residential location needs that kind of capacity, but to each their own. Now, another thing that makes this battery really popular is that it is indoor and outdoor rated. It does have a built-in heating element inside of it. It does have a 10-year warranty. It can scale to a 30 warranty through our fantastic partners at Solar Insure. And on top of that too is just the ease of installation of placing into the spot. I installed one of these with one of our partners a couple weeks ago. Besides lifting it out of the box because it's got some weight to it, took less than 30 minutes to accomplish this. So it can do extremely well for any kind of project. Now, again, because I know installers love to see the guts of a system or what's inside. Now, the most important part here is going to be the top, again, the E-Way. So, again, you have the stop switch on the side, you have the knockouts. You also, on this one, you still have the 750 amp bus bar built inside of it. So that eliminates the need for you to have to buy an extended bus bar if you're paralleling systems. On top of that, it is optional if you wish to do a Guardian, which can be built inside of here. You can simply place it inside. Same function, has a plate on top, can pop off, and the inverter can simply sit on top of it. So again, it makes the ease of installation very, very simple. And again, it's probably the most popular one latest to this date. Now, that's kind of the most recent and most popular batteries we are seeing sold today. I'm going to talk about now and switch over to our inverters that just recently came out. Number one is the NV Duo 21 inverter. So this is a residential and a commercial application system. So it is whole home backup with a built-in 200 amp pass-through. You can do 16 kilowatt AC with PV and or grid, 12 kilowatt battery. You can scale them up to 10 inverters in parallel. It has 3 MPPTs, a total of 5 inputs. This will allow you to have a 25 kilowatt of solar. Max is 21 kilowatt PV output. With our inverters, comes with a built-in rapid shutdown device transmitter, which is AP Smart. Now, I do understand that some installers have preferences on these devices. So if you prefer Tigo over AP Smart, you can switch that out. But with our equipment, it comes with AP Smart by default. So it eliminates the need for you to have to buy another piece of equipment. The AC voltage options, again, is split phase and 3-phase. So most common commercial projects are 3-phase. So you can use this inverter for it. It does offer AC and DC coupling. So this is what really allows you to go target and go after. I call them orphan systems, or systems that have been installed and their installers completely ghosted them and don't have storage. So if it has an existing AC coupled system, this can easily be accommodative if they want to do a bigger battery system. This also has a designated generator port. So that can do up to 21 kilowatt and can do the weekly generator exercise. And this is simply a photo showing you the actual guts inside the inverter. So again, you have the AC and DC breakers, you have the PV inputs, you have the communication board. Everything's built into it with the knockouts and its ease of access. So again, a very capably strong inverter that is built for any project that comes your way. and is VPP compatible too. The other inverter I wish to talk about, the most recent one, is the Solo 6.5. So this is a non-export inverter. I know that a lot of, let's say, clients and installers we work with in this market thrive and do quite a bit of jobs that have everything to do with off-grid living or any application that does not include exporting to the grid. And this inverter will do it, and it has a very competitively priced tag on it, in which all our supply locations and distributor partners currently have, if you wish to inquire today. So the Solo 6.5 is 12240. It can do 10 kilowatt PV with 2 MPPs or MPPTs. It can do a 6.5 continuous power output, 9.6 kilowatt max gen or grid charge. You can scale this up to 6 units. And then this one has the 5-year product warranty. And just like our other inverters, it includes the DC and AC breakers and the disconnect, so PV battery, grid load, and generator. So, and then our app for the Solar Man is built with this inverter as well. So again, if you are looking to adapt to the changing market this year, as much as there's, grid tied clients, there are a lot of off-grid clients. It's a matter of how do you find them and what do you offer them. And what you offer them is the best off-grid system, and that's Fortress Power products right here. Now, for our app, and this is coming out actually very, very soon, is a much more strong and robust app in which will allow your commissioning to be done under 10 minutes. When it comes to commissioning hybrid inverters and they are AC or DC coupled with a generator, commissioning is the majority of an installer's headache. The hardware is actually the simple part. I think everybody here can agree with that. It's the commissioning that takes the longest. So with the most recent app that we are developing, so you can have real-time visibility for the monitoring of energy flow. It does have the separated home app as well, and you have the installer app. And then you can do remote support and troubleshooting as long as there is internet connected to these systems. That is pretty critical. And then also for us, for technical support, if the system is connected to internet and you can monitor it and you need help, we can lively look at it too and help you diagnose. And then lastly is VPP participation. So all our systems can be on a VPP platform as long as we are approved by the utility. So again, I know every installer loves photos of, okay, we've seen the pictures on the website, but I want to see some real life applications. So here we are. So in Puerto Rico, this is an NV inverter with an E-force, that's a 19.2. In Hawaii, this is an off-grid application, so an NV12 with a 19.2. And a couple more E-forces here, where you have Colorado and California. This one is one of the largest ones in the California, where it's a 57.6 storage. Another one is going to be here in Puerto Rico. It is 124 with NV inverters. This one's Hawaii and another Puerto Rico. So this shows you that the E-force has strong scalability behind it, and this one's actually commercial application. Last tool we provide to any installer and or sales team when they are pitching Fortress Power is our system designer. This is actually free access to anybody. You do not have to be signed on as an installer, as a certified dealer. If you are pitching a Fortress Power product and you want to create a specific system, on our website, we have the system designer, which we created. You can type in the application, if it's off-grid or grid-tied, how many loads, and what is the watts that's on these loads, and what's the surge rating, how many hours do your clients want it backed up. And then this will actually generate our recommendation of a system for you to pitch to the homeowner. Again, we do everything we can to make the installer's life easier and to get more sales. So along with that, briefly touch on our C&I portfolio. We can do plenty of commercial industrial applications. We have many projects that are associated with international airports, with processing facilities, for packaging companies, for government bodies, for also, we can say nonprofit organizations as well. And for churches, we can do anything and everything you send our way. which is the Bio 306, which is for the massive systems. Our eSpire Mini is incredible. And then again, our residential products can do commercial as well. If you have questions on the commercial, simply reach out to us and we're happy to go over it. Energy broker. So what is energy broker? This is another thing to consider for 2026 if you want to pitch and sell systems when the ITC is gone. Still, the mindset is, okay, are there programs out there for renewable energy where there are rebates or credits that can be given to the homeowner and can help offset the cost of the system? And the answer is yes, there are. Most of them are VPP programs, also known as virtual power plant programs, and we are on many in the country. So there are a lot of VPP programs where the utility will give the homeowner an upfront rebate check of anywhere from $2,000, $4,000, $5,000. And that does help pitch systems where homeowners are truly price sensitive to the systems and they just want to bill swap. Again, earlier I said bill swapping is the 2026 is going to be a struggle to do, but some states where the rebates are so good on a VPP, it is still attainable, such as Colorado, where we are on some programs there, Utah, California, the Duke program in North Carolina, South Carolina. And with these rebates also comes monthly credits to the homeowner that helps offset their monthly electricity bill. And ultimately, are the power companies pulling power from these homeowner systems? Yes. Is it as substantial as people make it out to be? Absolutely not. Some people will think, oh, well, the power company is going to drain my battery 80% one day. Absolutely not. We have never seen it happen, actually. We've seen them maybe pull 5 or 10%, but it is a great program if you are looking for something that is price sensitive. And if you do have questions on local VPP programs in your state, again, reach out to us or any regional sales manager that manages your area, and we are happy to work that out with you. So, Fortress Power, again, we are not just selling products, we are a full solutions company. So, we can sell our systems in the US, in Canada, Mexico, Puerto Rico, many other countries. So, if you are a first-time installer and you are interested in selling our equipment and have never sold it before and you want to work with us, let us know. We have a promotion for a new installer to save 10% off your first system. That does get verified by us to ensure that it is your first Fortress system. So let us know. And then on top of that, for our support, I know a lot of installers and clients truly ask the question, what does your technical support look like realistically? So what I did was I asked our COO for data to share with everybody here today on what it looks like to work with Fortress Power and our tech support team, because I know tech support is critical to success and diagnosis, and I think we are exceptional. So response and resolution metrics. 24 hours initial response on all tickets and voicemails. If you create a support ticket to Fortress Power or leave a voicemail, you get to it within 24 business hours. 70% first contact resolution rate. The first time we reach out to you, if you have a problem, we have a 70% chance of being able to diagnose it and fix it on the spot, which is actually extremely high compared to many other tech support companies and manufacturers. And then 15 days average close time for complex energy storage cases. If the system is so complicated where you have multiple inverters, multiple batteries, power sources coming from any direction, and the application is not just backup, and the wiring is coming from any possible freaking direction, we'll still be able to diagnose it. Does it take a little bit longer? Yes, but do we want to diagnose it and ensure that the client is taken care of effectively? Yes, we do. Now, when it comes to live ticketed and guaranteed follow-up, we do phone, voicemail, and ticket-based technical support. All our voicemails are automatically converted to tickets and fall under the 24-hour response rate. And then no requests are lost, even during peak call volume. If you are waiting on the phone for 30 minutes an hour, am I going to lie and say that doesn't happen? It can happen sometimes. We have a very strong technical support team. Because we care about everybody, we dedicate our efforts to every single case. So if you feel like you're waiting for a long enough time, submit a support ticket or reach out to your regional sales manager. If it is an escalated case, you will get taken care of. I can guarantee that. Now, proven reliability and installer-friendly warranty. Everybody always wonders, okay, how many times am I going to get a failed inverter, a bricked inverter, or a brick battery? Well, let's talk about that. Let's show you what it's all about. So the failure rates on Fortress Power batteries, we are less than 0.01%, which is exceptional and amazing in this industry where others are in the 10 to 20%. Our inverters, we are under 2% as well. Again, that is fantastic compared to where there are other inverters manufactured and their failure rates in 20-30%. The RMAs are handled with flexibility and good faith. No, we do not make you pay for the shipping when a bricked inverter or battery is having a problem to send back to us. We will not do that. If it is on us, we will hold ourselves accountable and we will take care of it for you. And when it comes to most issues, is just like a simple wiring mistake. And we understand these things happen. We are happy to educate and correct it and get it taken care of. They're actually not product defects. And then when it comes to time zones, again, we are based in the US, Puerto Rico, Mexico, and Latam, and everybody is strong in their competency of our products. So now, if we want to truly ensure that your installs go well, take the training. We create a fantastic training platform and we're revamping it as well, where you can go on, train yourself on inverters, on our batteries, best practices for installs, what to look for to guarantee the higher success of your first installation with us. If you need a one-on-one with a solutions engineer, if you have a very odd case, let your regional rep know. We can make that happen. We are here for your ultimate success and for a great system for your client. Now, warranties. So again, we are backed by a 10 or 15-year limited warranty. If you want a higher and extended warranty, we can do that through our fantastic partners at Solar Insure, where they offer a 30-year extended warranty. If you have questions on that, reach out to them, reach out to us. We have our contacts there, but they are fantastic partners to work with. And because clients, just as much as they're price sensitive, they're also warranty sensitive, in which case we can give that assurance to them. And then financing and incentive access. We do work with some great lending partners. Skylight, SunGage recently have come out with some fantastic products. SunGage has come out with something so exceptional that it can compete against leasing options. So if your homeowner wants to own their equipment or have some ownership and not rent it out, like how some TPO platforms are, they can reach out to SunGage for that service. Now, this is kind of the end of the presentation here, everybody. And you're probably asking yourself, all right, well, thanks for the pitch, Jake. That helpful information. We're going to move on. If you are new to Fortress and you actually do want that training and want to start pitching our product, you can go to our website and do the dealer link and fill it out. You can have a one-on-one with us and we will understand your business, your process. What does your company do? How do you function? What does your back-end team looks like? We want to understand the intricacies so that way we can tailor our solutions so that way you have success. So we can accomplish that. So I appreciate everybody that has come here. Again, thank you for your time. If you're still on here, in summary, this is the year to truly it's not about surviving, it's about thriving. How can you tailor your business to get your customer acquisition dialed in? Who wants storage? I think if you understand your market, your state, don't just pigeonhole yourself to the market you were selling in for the last 2 years. Think outside the box. Who could possibly use any kind of inverter and even 1 hour storage systems? Is it agricultural? Is it farmers? Is it these nonprofit organizations? Again, reach out to any of us regional sales manager Fortress. We know our states and markets really well. We can help tailor that down and provide more insight. In the meantime, have a wonderful, wonderful Tuesday. Let's crush the year. This is the year where solar is truly going to prove itself a critical and essential offering for commercial and residential clients to be more independent off of the ever-growing problems of the grid and increasing rates to come. So thank you, everybody, and have a wonderful day.